We are back here at the Palacio Congress. Hello. Good morning.
Her name is Sharon Salzberg, and she had skipped 2 grades, so that's why she was already there. And she started in learning by going to India. She said that she had gone to India before she ever went to California. And that's, that kind of stuff is just... First, saying a group of statements, let me be safe, let me be loved, and then you start extending that out to your greater community, to people who are challenging to you. I mean, it was such a cool process, and she was a beautiful teacher. Sure. A lot of the stuff that's so applicable to the desire to be successful and the loving kindness meditation, one that she said that was just so funny. She talked about what it's like when someone else succeeds and you start having negative feelings about that, as though there is some limit to the amount of success there is in the world. So, you have an idea and you start doing it, and then you notice other people doing it too, and you become envious or jealous or just plain mad. Her example is that's exactly who you should call into your loving kindness meditations. Because one, there is no such thing as the limit to what success and happiness and well-being can be. You derive that for yourself.
How are you?
Hey, nice to meet you. Andrew.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I will tell you that is so cool about hearing you talk about the happiness part of it.
Yeah.
So, the science of happiness has moved, and I was super resistant the last 10 years.
Yeah.
When Marty started in the book Flourish, started using well-being, and that there was so much negative pushback in the scientific community about the use of happiness. I kept saying, but wait a minute, that's what people understand. I can't talk about well-being.
Right.
It has only been your generation that is now teaching me that they understand what well-being is.
Yeah.
And that what I would offer to you is what I've learned the hard way. Step into the conversation for those you are helping with the conversation of well-being.
I mean, it is. It's very, very correlated, because if these professionals feel positively about their colleagues, as well as their patients, then, according to the broaden and build theory from Dr. Fredrickson, then they're going to be much more effective in diagnosing and all these different things that they're doing.
And I'll tell you, where
job.
I've centered my work up until this time is on the individual, because I cannot get you to understand why you should be nice to the other if you are not first being that way to yourself.
Oh, yeah,
if you're not shaming yourself, if you're not, if you're not taking good personal care. So when I develop programs, and when I work with people, all I care about is you.
She talks about transformative journalism. And I would even add to that and say that to her concept of transformative journalism, I want to take everything in from what she said of being a responsible journalist, and push that onto all of the social media experts out there.
My manicure chip, not okay. Hey, we're going to go to the biosphere.
Welcome to the biosphere.
And what's so great is that the 1964 World's Fair was an integral part of my life. And so that dome, the biodome, the biosphere in Flushing Meadow Park, was a part of about the same age period of when I first came to Montreal. So the park was in '64, so I'd be about 9 years old, and I believe I came here somewhere between 10 and 12 years old. And that still stands there today, and it's always a reminder of everything that went on in that park for me, and going to that World's Fair so often. And then to know how much the work of Buckminster Fuller impacted my understanding of setting huge goals and starting from a point where you're actually at the point of suicide and saying, no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to create a goal that could potentially change the world. And what his goal was to feed or end starvation. But the truth is, at this moment in time, we have the capacity to feed the world, and the only time people starve, as they are in certain parts of Africa right now, is because of war. War causes starvation today, not the ability for us to get them food. I just care about going up. Oh, see, that's where you get up. And that's where you have your wedding, when you fall in love with a person who has values. See, and that's the botanical garden, which appears to be under construction. And the swimming pool that's not filled. What takes you from thinking you should kill yourself to believing you could impact whether or not everyone in the world could be fed? And, you know, I would look forward to that kind of inspiration. You know, that's what keeps me going, just knowing that you can change that quickly and have that impact. It's pretty cool.
Our Uber is lost. 6 minutes away. We're going to head to Chinatown for some food.
The food was great, but I think what it represents is even better. You know, starting the day with meditation and learning about the newest research on how it changes your life at every aspect, and meeting incredible people like Andy and you and I exploring this incredible city, and then sharing a meal and talking about life and work and success and how we do it, I think is a perfect representation of a perfect day.